My real passion is fashion and design. Different language, but still, they speak through their garments. My name is Brooke Crum. I'm a stylist. I also create bespoke shopping experiences for people in Japan or traveling to Japan, mainly in Tokyo. So it started off, I'm styling myself. Like, I really like to wear a lot of color, a lot of bold prints. And then I'd travel back to my hometown of Chicago, and some of my friends would be like, where did you get that? Or like, if you see another one, will you grab it for me? And so I kind of started just curating looks for my friends, or kind of collecting inadvertently things for people in my family and bringing them back. So I started kind of unknowingly sourcing clothing and reselling it. And so my brand, The Foreign Find, started by reselling mainly vintage or secondhand clothing and to friends and family. And then I started monetizing it, and I got into styling my friends. For the styling aspect, I realized kind of pairing with my love for travel and Japan in general, just knowing where to go, when friends or someone I would met that's here was like, where did you get that? I'd be like, oh, I'll show you. And so I was creating this experience where it's like, oh, if you like print, or if you like kimonos, or if you like vintage designer, like, I know where to go and I can take you there. Showing people around that are tourists that either have limited time in Japan and really want to maximize their experience by having someone kind of guide them through the fashion scene, but even more specifically, creating an experience that was totally catered to them. This is the style that you like, and this is what I think you would look really good in, and this is the experience I've created based on, your measurements, your budget, your style. I've been really excited about fashion for as long as I can remember, like since high school, even before. I've always really enjoyed getting dressed and shopping and putting looks together. Even for prom, I had this like BCBG dress, and it was tulle with like red polka dots and like pretty avant-garde for like a senior prom. But I really, I just love clothing. I love how it makes me feel. I like getting compliments. I like showing people where to buy clothes. So the passion for fashion has been like within me for a long time. My dad's an artist, and I just really like design. And so when I moved here, I realized like the quality of design, and the quality, especially of secondhand in Japan, is like top notch. I mean, there's something about Japan and the infrastructure itself, which just reads as like accessible, high quality, things are on time, like it's just but that really bleeds into fashion and design. So it's not just in architecture and in structures, it's kind of in all facets of the region, where it's just, I find that designers are really, really meticulous with their construction, and the fabric is great quality, like the designs, the construction, the detail, it's like they're putting their heart into it. And so we were looking for a place that we'd been to before, that we really enjoyed, that we knew would be a safe place for our kids, and would offer a really cultural experience for us as foreigners. And we thought that this was just a place we could live for some time. Like, we just always been enamored by Japan. Like, my kids will be able to have them make their own decision about like where they want to live, or like who they want to be in a relationship with as their partner, and like what their background is from. Like, it's just kind of creating this like global experience for them. Japan has a special place in my heart for so many reasons, but my children love it and I love it. It's really great. because with communication, like I'm still learning Japanese, so it's kind of tricky to just on the spot be like at a fashion show and be like, okay, can we stop and tell me where you got this, tell me where you made it, especially to someone who maybe doesn't speak English. So just trying to push, the language barrier. Like we both have this insane, love for fashion, so like that definitely reads through the conversation even through a translator. But yeah, it's tricky. I think you're just leaning on friends who speak Japanese, working with translators has been helpful, and just kind of like building those connections. I want to be able to speak like within my thoughts and my words and not like a communication device. Like I want to be able to like passionately speak towards something or a situation organically. I didn't know that it would make me feel a certain way. Like there was a conference I had with my daughter and we were working with a translator and there were some words that she's like, ooh, I'm not really sure how to describe it. I'm thinking like, this is like, they're talking about my kid. Like I wish I could access it. Like I was gonna cry. I was like, oh gosh, this is so hard because I really want to know, like I'm deeply connected to them obviously. And I want to know like how they're growing, what they're learning, what their experiences is. And so, that's been quite challenging, like being able to connect to the community, make friends locally. So that's a challenge. But these are sometimes good problems to have because I feel like they're not really, in a sense, problems, but it's like it really grows who you are as like a traveler. And then going home and realizing that like, just having access to the healthcare system in your own language is really a privilege. And so just being here and struggling through it, it's like you realize it's like you have to kind of have some tenacity to be able to power through and just figure things out. And I think it really makes me a better person in understanding like a more worldly experience. When you're like, is this what it's supposed to do?
Yeah.
When you're like, I'm used to eggs, but this is like something different. Like it's just kind of.
That's a good analogy.
I wanted you to try on. So it's like, this is a place where I feel like I have kind of the space to create and to do. I think COVID brought that out of a lot of people too, where it's like, what makes me happy? And so at my age, I'm just like, you know what, I'm not gonna live my life doing something that like doesn't make me feel really good. And I feel like meeting people and showing them, their style and having them experience Japan is like really something that like lights me up. If you like doing what you're doing, then it's like you got to do it to the max. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to give up on this. I think what I'm doing is awesome and people enjoy it. So it's like, it's a hit. Like, let's just keep making hits.
Cut.